If you are looking for the best canning jars, you are in the right place. We have tried to include in-depth information on best canning jars in our video, which will be enough to fulfill all of your needs. All of them are maintaining their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturer, and real customer feedback. If you want to buy the best canning jars, we think this list will be very worthy to you. Now, let's get started with the video. At the first position of our list, we have Weck 742 mold. The Weck mold jars feature a timeless design from a well-repudiated lineage of high-quality German glass, known for their three-piece glass lids with carrot-colored rubber gaskets and metal clips. These jars offer a superior seal with the ability to stack jars for easy storage. And while the price tag may be higher than some, we find that the investment is worth it for Epicurean explorers who prefer a high degree of functionality in their culinary instruments. While it may be harder to find replacement parts, Weck has an extensive variety of jars in their lineup that all feature compatible lids, seals, and clips. Coming in a pack of 6, these jars have a capacity of 19.6 fluid ounces and feature a straight, tapered wall, so packing is a breeze. Furthermore, the ultra-wide mouth of the jar makes for easy retrieval of the contents after canning. Cleaning all the various pieces can become tedious, but the fact that they are reusable makes up for it. In order to safely use these jars in a pressure canner, you'll want to invest in some extra metal clips, as Weck recommends that 3 clips be used on each jar under pressure. The set only comes with 2 for each jar. Overall, the Weck jars are a very high quality and versatile set for canning with great longevity. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Kerr wide mouth quart jar. From the well-known name brand that is probably already in your pantry somewhere, the Kerr wide mouth quart jars are a classic staple in the kitchen. These square-sided quart jars are highly functional and quite affordable, making them a go-to option for folks that do lots of food preservation and need an army of jars on hand at a moment's notice. At their price, the quality found in this model is tough to beat. The wide mouth design is handy for larger preserves like peach or apple slices. Furthermore, the lids and mans are universal fit with other wide mouth jars, so brand compatibility isn't a concern. The 32-ounce vessel has volume markings on the side, so you can monitor fullness as you pack. Thanks to their square sides, a standard 22-quart pressure canner can accommodate 7 of these jars at a time, and they fit snugly on a shelf together. If price and utility are your primary concerns, we suggest considering the Kerr wide mouth quart jars. The number 3 position is held by VERONES 8-ounce. If you're hardcore into jam and preserves, or perhaps looking for a set of jars to make gifts with, check out the VERONES 8-ounce jelly jars. These quilted glass jars fill a classic half-pint niche in canning culture. As a bonus, this pack comes with stickers and a marker for labeling all your tasty preserves. The quality and form of these jars is difficult to differentiate from other name brand models. Boasting a total of 24 individual jars, this pack is enough to process 1.5 gallons of your favorite food preserves. And while their smaller design lends to jams and jellies, they can also be used for other canned vegetables, sauces, or salsas. The 2-piece lids are universal fit with other regular mouth jars and appear to create a reliable seal. Still, while the jars are well designed at a reasonable cost, the glass is not quite as thick as others, leaving us to believe that longevity is maybe one of the only concerns. Overall, our testers found the VERONES to be the lineup's best option for jelly and jam jars. Next at number 4, we have Parfait Familia with Terrine. Without question, our favorite quart option were the Parfait Familia with Terrine jars, with a 110 opening and a vertical wall all the way up to the rim. These vessels were much easier to pack and empty than any other similar size in the lineup. Hailing from a French brand, the preferred unit of measurement for this model is milliliters, and though the American Imperial quart of 32 ounces is a quick math conversion for a metric liter found in the West Terrine, these jars are in fact larger than a quart and can hold more than standard American jars. Our testing proved that the larger capacity and totally round construction meant that only 4 of the West Terrines could fit in a pressure canner, as opposed to the standard 5 quarts. However, the bonus capacity is nearly enough to make up for it. These jars also differed from other models because the 2-piece lid comes with a fully capped screw top instead of the traditional ring-style lids. The result is a more precise seal and components that don't warp or wear out as easily. The trade-off is that these are one of the most expensive products of our test group. If you're willing to pay the price per jar for higher quality and better function, definitely consider the Parfait Terrines. The number 5 position is held by Bormioli Rocco Quattro Stagioni. Similar to other European brands, the Bormioli Rocco Quattro Stagioni jars offer a high degree of functionality and design components that favor more Epicurean tastes. The Quattros are 1 fluid ounce larger than a traditional American pint, but more or less subscribed to the same design with squared sidewalls and a regular mouth lid, though they fit just as well into a traditional pressure canner compared to other pint jars. Another standout component of this model is the one-piece screw top lids, which have a fully enclosed cap similar to but higher in quality than the North Mountain Quarts, while more expensive to replace than standard issue bands. Also compatible on the Quattros, these included lids are longer lasting and provide an arguably more reliable seal. Plus, they're an eye-catching gold instead of gray. If you consider food preservation an art as well as a science, then we'd recommend considering the higher price tag of the Bormioli Rocco Quattro Stagioni pint jars. The number 6 position is dominated by KAMOTA 10 ounce. Registering a total capacity of 10 fluid ounces, the KAMOTA jam jars are actually larger than a standard pint. However, our testers found this model to be the favorable choice for smaller preserves like relishes, chutneys, and tapenades. The pear shape of these jars looks good on a pantry shelf and even features square sides to allow for easier packing into the pressure canner. While they may not be as fancy as some others, they certainly live up to the task of large batch food preservation. Featuring the classic 2-piece lids that have a screw top band, these jars provide a quality seal. Furthermore, these lids can be replaced with any standard regular mouth lid. The shoulder of this jar makes it a little tougher to retrieve jams and jellies, but the overall larger size than a standard pint makes up for it. Plus, the price per jar is tough to beat. If you're looking for an economical and attractive option for canning smaller items, look no further than the KAMOTA jam jars. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Ball Regular Mouth Quart Jar. The classic Ball Regular Mouth Quart Jar is a staple you'll find in nearly every kitchen. Born from aerospace technology, the Ball brand carries a lot of notoriety and hype with it. Our testers confirmed that this is indeed a quality jar, provided you can find some online or at your local provision supplier. They are so popular that it can be challenging to track down the coveted wide mouth varieties during canning season. For this review, we chose to examine the more readily available regular mouth quarts, with volume marks running up the sides and a squared-off construction. Ball jars are designed with the experienced canner in mind. Though the taper found on the shoulder of these regular mouth jars will prohibit easy packing and retrieval, their overall functionality is on par with other designer brands. If you're a purist that doesn't need any fancy bells and whistles to accomplish your canning tasks, then you may enjoy the no-frills economy of the Ball Regular Mouth Quart Jar. The number 8 position is held by Kerr Hocking 10,985. Stout and reliable, but nothing to write home about. The Kerr Hocking pint jars are a good off-brand option that offer a simple and utilitarian design. Lacking some of the more traditional elements like marks in the glass or square sides, these jars still have a solid 2-piece lid and band closure that was capable of providing reliable seal without any guesswork. They even accept universally sized, regular mouth lids. These jars are a true pint at 16 fluid ounces, though their profile means they stack a bit differently than some pint glasses. For instance, we weren't able to fit as many of these jars into a pressure canner when compared to square-sided pints due to the rounded glass. However, our testers found this model to be an even keel performer across the board, not showing distinct strengths or weaknesses. So, if you're looking for an affordable small jar, definitely check out the Kerr Hocking pint. Next at number 9, we have SPANLA Canning Set. At first glance, the SPANLA Canning Set appears to have everything you need to have a successful round of canning in your home. There are a variety of sizes in the set, and a brush for cleaning, and stickers for making labels. However, our testers found these jars to have pronounced drawbacks compared to other models. Firstly, the pack arrived with 5 of the 24 jars broken, and an additional 2 broke during canning, leading us to believe that the manufacturer cut some corners with a lesser quality class. Additionally, the rings provided with these jars will pop the seal of the lid if you try to unscrew them. This may not be a deal breaker for some, though many experienced canners prefer to remove the rings after preserving in order to get them back into circulation. Bottom line, there are better jars to put your jam in. However, if you're looking for a variety of quilted jar sizes in one convenient package, then you may be willing to look past the shortcomings of the SPANLA Canning Set. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by North Mountain Supply 32-ounce quart. with few redeeming qualities other than a simplistic design. The North Mountain Supply quart jars fell short of the mark in more ways than one. Sometimes, having a simple design bodes well for products that are supposed to offer utility. However, in this case, we think that you'd be better off going for a ball or Kerr option, as they are not only cheaper but have more useful designs. Perhaps worth noting is that these jars can accept a universally sized, regular mouth lid, but the included one-piece lids aren't very reliable. 2 of the 12 didn't produce a seal when pressure canned. While they are capable of holding a full quart of contents, the shoulder taper on these jars is more pronounced than others. If you're looking for quality and utility, we would recommend steering clear of the North Mountain Supply quart jars. That's all for today. All the product links in the description down below. We upload videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for the upcoming video notification.